Hi, fellow readers. Dark Symphony 777 with another fan fiction reading. As always, a link to the story will be in the description below. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click on that bell for notifications. Leave a comment in the comment section below on your thoughts on the fan fiction and any future fan fictions you want me to review. And join my Discord for pretty much any news you're willing to follow me for any news. I'm trying to add the Discord thing. So, it's been a while since I did a video. About almost a week. Wow. Yeah. A lot of stuff has been happening. I saw my son, finally, after about 2 years. I'm now starting the process of trying to lower my child support so I can try and get enough money to get a PS4. Yeah. See, to try and get a PS4 so I can record more often. It's pretty much just gonna be Resident. I'm hopefully gonna finish Resident Evil 0, and then my friend is gonna send me all the games that she has, so that way I can play them. So yeah, let's sorry, and not to mention with school now over, it's gonna be harder to do videos. To do these fan fiction stuff. My little brother likes to be a dick, and honestly, I still see him in the future getting shot or getting killed. Yeah, I know it's dark, but I have a feeling he's gonna end up the one causing whatever happens to him because he's just an idiot who thinks he's invincible, who literally thinks he can get away with anything by just running behind my mom and crying and whining about it, saying that he doesn't get his way, stuff like that. And my mom babies him, stuff like that. So, let's get to the story. Youthful Soldier by Daylight Dove. It's a Castlevania fanfiction. I figured I'm getting back into this. I'm gonna more than likely do the Undertale fanfiction I've been reading tomorrow. So this is just gonna be practice to get me back on track. And it's based off the scene in season 1 where not Richter, Trevor and Sypha, they go run into Alucard, and we get the whole floating vampire Jesus bit, that bit. So yeah, let's get started. Trevor and Sypha looked around the room with wonder, but their eyes were always drawn back to the casket. They were both on guard, ready to face anything that these decaying and twisted catacombs had to offer them. I just realized, we didn't see anything with the other tags. Each had a different expectancy that they were seeking within these stone walls. Sypha saw the casket and had hope it was the legendary sleeping soldier, Alucard. While Trevor was merely waiting for the opportunity to get out of this ridiculous search for a legend. He jumped slightly as a spot beneath his foot suddenly gave way, and he and Sypha looked down at the spot before he was given a glare from the speaker. I didn't do that, he defended, her glare only deepening at his denial. However, their attention was quickly turned toward this casket when the sound of machines hissing filled the air. They watched as the lid from the casket slid off and a small form rose out of it. The being seemed to be that of a pale young boy, possibly around 12 or 13 years old, with long blonde hair falling to his shoulders and a scar stretched across. So they're going. So wait. Are they doing like a pseudo Kid Dracula look? That's what it looks like, like Kid Dracula. And because Kid Dracula is technically canon in a weird, sort of way. It's ambiguous whether or not it's canon or not. So it depends on the person. Basically, it's about Kid Dracula, Alucard, and him stopping Galamoth. So let's go. Why are you here? The young voice rang out as golden eyes peeked up from behind golden tresses. For a moment, no one spoke, and a tense silence was in the air. However, it was Trevor who broke with a soft sound. Snort. This? He asked with a raised eyebrow, as he gestured to the team. This is your savior, a child? No, Sypha immediately protested, not liking the idea of putting a child in a battle. At least they shouldn't be. Who would make a child fight Dracula? Surely this is a mistake. The child paused after jerking slightly at the mention of Dracula, tilting his head before looking at Trevor. And you, do you believe in the Savior? If you're asking if I think you're it, you'll be quite mistaken, Trevor scoffed. No, and in fact, I'm not really here for any Savior. It seems like a whole load of fake bullshit. Excuse me, really, I just fell down a hole. It's not fake, Belmont, Sypha defended before looking back at the child. But what are you doing down here? Who would lock up a child like this and leave them down here? Do you need help? Before the child could speak, Trevor spoke up. Of course he doesn't need help. I mean, look at him. Behind the innocent mask, you can see what he truly is. Oh, and what am I, the teen asked. Trevor narrowed his eyes. You're a vampire. Very astute, Trevor. Sypha let out a small gasp as the lights in the room reflected off the sharp fangs and golden eyes. Of course, the only thing I now wonder is why exactly a thing like you is down here. Because you clearly are no sleeping soldier, and I would have to guess you are no Dracula. The young vampire slowly floated down to them, speaking softly. You mentioned Dracula, and she called you Belmont, as in the House of Belmont? Trevor Belmont, Trevor replied with narrow eyes, as in the last son of the House of Belmont. The Belmonts fought creatures of the night, did they not? For generations. It wasn't so much a question, but a fact, as though the vampire was just looking to see facts confirmed. Say what you mean, kid, Trevor said as he walked toward the vampire. The vampire narrowed his eyes at Trevor's choice of words to call him, but only continued to sate his curiosity. The Belmonts killed vampires. Yes, until the good people didn't want us around. And now my father Dracula. The teen cut himself off, as if catching himself in an old habit, is carrying out an execution order on the human race. The teen looked down at the floor briefly before looking Trevor in the eye. Do you care, Belmont? Trevor stopped walking once he was to the vampire side and answered, honestly, no, I didn't. This made the vampire narrowed his eyes for a second, but then the hunter continued. But now, yes. He stared the vampire determinedly in the eyes. I want to stop it. His words made Sypha smile, but his attention remained on the blonde when he asked, do you think you can? What I think is that I'm going to not have, H-A-V-E, one grama era to kill you. Belmont, no, Sypha finally spoke up. You're not gonna fight a child. Please, it's not like he's innocent, Trevor replied. He's a vampire. Even though he has a body of a child, I know what true monster lived beneath the skin. But even so, he's still a child, Sypha protested. No. Mama Sypha. So, someone has to do a story on that, of just Mama Sypha. I beg anyone who writes Castlevania fanfiction, do it. Do Mama Sypha. Not wanting to believe that someone so young was truly capable of horrible things. Besides, what if he knows where the sleeping soldier is? Please, that story is supposed to be 1,000 years old, right? The place is so new. I doubt there was anyone else besides him here. Trevor replied, not taking his eyes off the vampire. It is true. I should be the only one here, the vampire replied before he helped. And I ask you a question, Belmont. Do you care? An oldie brat, aren't you? Trevor taunted. Yes, I care. I care about doing my family's work, and I care about saving human lives. Now, answer my questions. Am I going to have to kill you? The teen smirked. Do you think you can? At this, a sword flew into his grasp. Ooh, fancy trick, Trevor taunted, grasping his wick. But I don't think any fancy moves you taunt would be enough to face me, kid. Is that what you think? The teen smirked. Well, come on then. Let's see what you got. Just as they were both ready their weapons, a blast of fire shot between the two of them. Stop it! Sypha shouted, getting the attention of the two men. With a huff, she rounded on Trevor once more. I told you you're not going to fight a child. Come on. Okay. Excuse me? He asked for it. Trevor protested, gesturing to the vampire teen. And you provoked him. I did not. You just asked him if you needed to kill him, Sypha shocked back. He hasn't done anything except to ask questions and float. You are older than him. You should know better than to give in to taunts. I might not be older than him, Trevor protested. For all you know, he's a 400-year-old child. No, I'm not, the vampire spoke up. Oh, and how old are you? What year is it? 1476, Sypha asked him. Oh, Then I would only be about 20 years or so. The vampire spoke up with a wave of his hand. Probably take 2 or so years away from that as well. It's a bit hard to track your age once you stop aging. The last part seemed muttered to himself, but the speaker and the hunter heard it nonetheless. See? Trevor exclaimed, perfectly able to fight. Okay, but I cannot in good conscience watch you fight what appears to be a 13-year-old boy. You won't be the one fighting him. I will, Trevor replied with an exasperated tone. If you would like, I'll even hold back for you and not kill the brat. First off all, I am not a brat, the vampire huffed. He's right, he fought Galamoth. He fought a gigantic 8-foot-tall lizard with lightning powers. I know this because I play Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Because I'm super serial. The vampire huffed, drawing attention to himself. And secondly, I doubt you'd even be able to get a strike in if you held back, Belmont. And that's me being generous. Oh, you don't think I could hurt you if I went all out, is that it? That's it exactly, the teen smoked with a smirk. The alcohol on your breath makes me doubt you even more. However, I decided to give you the benefit of the doubt and believe that the crest on your chest is more than just a symbol. Why, you little brat! Stop it! Sypha broke in again, this time rubbing her forehead with her fingers. I swear, this must be how the elders felt with all the new children running around. Excuse me, I'm not a child, Trevor exclaimed, his eyes wide in offense. Well, you're certainly acting like it, so Sypha shot back before taking a calming breath. Look, why don't we talk things out instead of going straight to the fighty stuff? I suppose that's fine, the vampire replied, finally allowing his feet to touch the ground for the first time since they woke him up and pulling his sword into its sheath. I'm keeping my eye on you, Trevor said, watching the others with a glare. Considering you were just about to try and kill me, I wouldn't expect anything less. Okay. Sypha sighed, take another calming breath before continuing. So, there's no sleeping soldier? Why is there such a story? Why are you down here? From what I understand, this legend was one that was considered to be a prophecy of the future, the vampire said as he walked to the casket to pull on his shirt and jacket. If Sypha was honest, the jacket only served to make the teen look more innocent rather than threatening. And the slightly baggy shirt didn't help either. A scholar and a hunter awakening a sleeping soldier with the power to defeat Dracula. I can only assume that we fulfill those parts of the prophecy. Wait, so we're to believe that you, or the sleeping soldier... Trevor scoffed disbelievingly. My God, it gets more fucking ridiculous by the minute. You never answered why you were down here, Sypha spoke up, directing the vampire's attention away from Trevor's taunting. Yes. You see, I came down here to recover from the wounds I gained when I opposed my father back when he began to wage war on humanity. He touched his chest, and the other two remembered the large scar they had seen on the young boy's chest. Wait, Sypha paused, taking in the information. You mean Dracula is your father? The teen gave a short bow. Forgive me for not introducing myself earlier. My name is Adrian Tepes, known as Alucard to the Wallachians, son of Dracula, Vlad Tepes, and Lisa Tepes. I hope that you will aid me in the defeat of Dracula. Your father is Dracula, Trevor pointed out, getting a stare of gold directed at him. Why should we believe you actually want to go against him? Alucard was silent for a few seconds before he spoke up quietly. My mother was human. When she was burned, she pleaded for me and my father to not take our revenge on humanity. She wanted us to be better than them. There was something sad and haunting in his eyes, and it pulled at Sypha's heart. Especially when the look fell on one who looked so young. Dracula did not listen, and he needs to be stopped. Silence. Neither Trevor nor Sypha knew how to respond to such a sudden speech. Before either of them could say something, though, golden eyes came up to stare at them both down in their spots. Can you help me with this task? A snort pierced the air, and they both faced Trevor. What did your small brain forget the entire conversation we had earlier? Of course we're going to stop Dracula, with or without you, brat. Right, Sypha joined in, suddenly realizing what her presence there meant. She had fulfilled the spot of the scholar, but instead of backing down, she will take that responsibility with pride. The teen's face had a quick moment of relief and hope before it was covered up by a smirk. That's good. Now I only need to worry about whether or not your skills can actually help us, Belmont. The speakers, I'm not worried about, but you might make me regret bringing you along. What? Excuse me, but I bet I have more training than you have ever had in your life, said Trevor Cloud. He turned to Sypha. Sypha, tell this pipsqueak that my skills are just fine. Skills, sure. Sypha shrugged. Your attitude, on the other hand, is a bit of a problem. Hey! That's if you're your husband you're talking about, Sypha. I hate talk. One thing I don't like about Taco Bell, always makes me gasp. Ah, that I can see, Alucard said, nodding along. Excuse you, you brat. You're just as bad as me. I haven't sworn once. True, Trevor. Sypha hummed. I guess a teenager has better language than you do. Ooh. He's a brat. That's what he is. Now, let's see if I can. Okay. Alucard was frowning at them, his arms crossed when he was staring at them. You both realized that I did not ask to remain this age in appearance. Yes? Of course we do. It doesn't change the fact that you look like a kid, Trevor smirked as he pulled the Dampier into a headlock, preparing to give him a cookie and not realizing he had done such an action until Alucard teleported out of his hold. The Dampier ran ahead and through his hair, as if making sure it wasn't messed up as he glared at Trevor. Touch my head again and use a hand, Belmont. Now, no biting. Sypha said, wanting to get in on the teasing. She shook her head at Alucard. We might have to grind. Yes, I want Mama Sypha. Give me any story involving Mama Sypha. Just being a complete adult. Parent to Alucard. Said, Alucard, are you gonna eat your vegetables? Yes, Mom. Sorry, I couldn't resist. You know what? I'm done with this conversation. Alucard huffed, turning away from the two. If you need me, I'll be waiting up at the surface. And with that, he began walking away from the two. Hey! Don't ignore your elders, Trevor shouted after him, and he and Sypha ran to keep up with the blonde. Sypha trying and failing to hold back chuckles. Alucard only sighed in front of them. He supposed they would do for a team. So, what do I think of the story? I think it's half-baked. And it's basically just a reimagining of the Sleeping Soldier scene from the first season of the anime. And they just shrunk down Alucard's age and then just made it kind of making fun of his age. We didn't get no vampire floating Jesus joke. I mean, what? Come on. You can't picture that scene without some reference to floating vampire Jesus of some sort. I would have taken anything, like I had no idea how would I get to buy that joke. A young vampire Jesus or something like that. I don't know. Mama Sypha. I like the idea. Alright. I was just hearing. Alright, I like Mama Sypha. I just want to see a story with Mama Sypha. How hilarious would it be if, I get a story of Sypha fighting Dracula and then he turns into Mama Bear on him. It's like, you hurt my son. You're grounded. Wait, what? No, you're grounded. Hey, I'm the master of this castle. You're grounded. You're grounded, mister. I don't care what it was. I don't care what it is. I don't know. This story has got me wanting to see a story with Sypha being a mama bear. Mama Sypha. Give me that. Someone, anyone, give me that. But overall, I have to give this a 2 out of 5. If I had to rate it, its grammar's fine except for that one part where he said half like HELF instead of have. Yeah, that's about it. That one grammar error. But it seems like an idea that wasn't really fulfilled to the best expectations. I mean, it should have gone on a little longer. Them talking about something other than, I would have liked to see more Mama Bell, more Sypha. But that's just more wishful thinking. It's an okay story. It's slightly below average. It's there. It's inoffensive. It's really nothing. It did have like the chemistry that they had in the anime. Just like a different dynamic of of Trevor and Sypha treating Alucard like a kid instead of like an equal. I think that's a neat dynamic. I would like to see this dynamic kind of gone further. That's what I think should have been done. I mean, we could have gotten a multi-chapter story of just, random scenes throughout after like season 2 of Alucard doing stuff and Sypha and then Trevor and Sypha kind of doing, trying to do their own thing, pretending to be parents, kind of making fun of him, but still kind of having that chemistry that they had. It works. It worked. As a base for like a much longer story, it's a good story. It's a good idea, but nothing too great. So that's my review on Youthful Soldier by Daylight Dove. Did I say review? I meant reading. My bad. So this has been Dark Symphony 777, and cut.